All right, welcome to the Spoiler Kings. My name is Tim Kramer. I am with Brandman Brandon, Brian the Grizzly, and we're going to talk about Ultimate Spider-Man issue 2. Just came out this week. Let me bring this up. There you go. Brian's got all the all the covers for it
Mhm.
and everything. So yeah, and then we got a question. Spoilers, yes. So if you haven't read it, come back and then let's talk about it and stuff like that.
No, the link's in
But
the description.
yeah,
You got to go read it right now.
yeah. Yeah, there's ways you can read it. But yeah, we're gonna kind of gonna go over it. So if you don't plan on reading it, you can stick around too. And we can talk about this like new version of Spider-Man. But right off the bat, how'd you guys like it? Start with Brandon.
Oh, all right. Huh. I liked it. It's a very different take. I thought this was going to be something completely different when I heard that it was going to be Ultimate Spider-Man, but I like what they're doing with it. I like that, like Peter starting as like a 30-something and still kind of finding his footing. I like the dynamic between Ben and Jameson.
Yeah,
Starting to like warm up to Jameson as a character with more with each read. I'm really curious to see where they go with it. Plus, I like the animation in it. I like the illustrations. And it was a pretty easy read. This particular one, a little easier read than the first one. And
Yeah.
there were a couple parts where, being a Spider-Man fan, and I find myself saying this in Peter Parker's case with a lot of things, there were a couple times in particular where I'm like, seriously, Peter?
Yeah, we're gonna
Yeah.
get to that in a little bit.
Mhm.
Okay.
Okay. What are you, Brian?
First off, the first suit you see, pretty cool. The nanotechnology was pretty cool. I enjoyed seeing being the black Spider-Man suit, not being anything to do with Venom, was
Mhm.
interesting. Um,
Yeah.
it- Peter kind of really fumbling with the whole idea of being, Spider-Man, trying to have webs and do all that stuff made a lot of sense. Even though I thought that it should have been more like Miles Morales, like you get to swinging on buildings and get to trying to jump off buildings, you get there slowly, and to instead of we cut to him, he's already trying to do stuff. He's failing, but the fact he's already trying to do it, that's real bravery. I thought they should
Mhm.
have like showing him like I have to learn all these things, but that was fine. The Jameson Uncle Ben thing is really cool. Their back and forth, their connection was awesome to watch and to see. And
Mhm.
I gotta say, when you talk about the gullibility, you're right, gullible as hell. And but
Mhm.
I think I am going to like the way where they're going with this overall. So those are my first thoughts.
Yeah. Yeah. Um, yeah, I mean, I don't want to repeat too much of what you guys said because I agree with everything you said. It is a little bit of a time jump. It's like I think it says a couple weeks. It's been a
It's
couple
3
weeks
weeks.
since
I thought it was 2 or 3 weeks.
was
Yeah.
it two or
Mhm.
3 weeks? Yeah, it's about right. From episode 1 to episode 2, or issue 1 to issue 2. But he was wearing the black suit. I was like, oh, okay, like this is kind of interesting. And then it kind of
Yeah.
like there's a part I'm trying to look for. It vanishes off of his mouth.
Mhm.
And I'm
Mhm.
like, "Oh, what are we doing?" And it was kinda like, I didn't realize it was the nanotech until I read it, a second time. But I'm like, "Is it like a Venom kinda suit?"
Mhm.
But no, it's a nanotech, but it does have like it feels very Venom-like, and I wonder if
Mhm.
that's setting up things for later on, or if it's just what it is on face value, is just like he just went black suit and his daughter's gonna help him design the the actual suit. But we're 2 issues in a Spider-Man issue or comic, and we haven't gotten Spider-Man yet. Like that part that blows my mind. I was like, what?
What's the
So
thing we saw in the movie? Was the flying monkey or what was it in that old
oh yeah, when he was
in in
uh
um in Europe,
yeah, I forgot what it was called, like Spider
Mhm.
Monkey or something like
Spider
that.
Monkey or something like that? Yeah,
Something like
and I
that.
think that's what he looked like. He looked like Spider Monkey.
Yeah.
Hey
Yeah.
guys, keep going. I'm gonna grab something to drink. I'm thirsty.
Okay.
All right, be right back.
But
Night
Yeah,
Monkey.
like
Night Monkey. It's
Night
Night Monkey.
Monkey. There you
Yeah.
go. Thank Kenny. So like this one down here is the one that got me because he has no mask on, right?
And
And then
immediately,
it kind of whips around. And the way it does remind him, this is the part that reminded me of like Venom. Like it just doesn't like take over his face. It like it's like whipping, it's like whipping around his neck here, whipping around his head. And I'm like, huh.
that's when I thought. That's why I knew nanotechnology because it made sense then. Because
Yeah.
it came from Tony Stark. We know what
Yeah.
was going on. It all kind of fell into place.
Yeah. But yeah, I guess overall nothing major happens in this issue.
Just him figuring out how to become
Yeah.
Spider-Man. And
Yeah.
yeah, the moment with him and his daughter is pretty special.
That was cute. I like that. I like that. Because because it starts off his daughter and son are talking and she's like, "Oh, he's kind of scary," and
Mhm.
so I was like, "Oh, okay," but
The fact that he
I
shared it with his daughter, I thought that was cool.
yeah.
Even though, like, you were really bad at Spider-Man. I mean, you're bad at parenting. If you let your daughter catch you with the Spider-Man thing, I mean, come on.
Yeah.
You don't let her catch you on Christmas. You don't let them catch you. Anytime you're putting stuff out for them, Easter Bunny, before they know it's the Easter Bunny, you gotta do a better job at parenting. Come on, you're
Yeah.
40.
I'm like, dude, it's a nano suit that all you gotta do is think about it and gets off you. Just don't walk in the house with it on, man. He's sitting on the couch eating ice cream. I was like, what are you doing, man? What are you doing? Like secret identity sucks, dude.
Oh man,
Um, but yeah, that was kind of funny and cute and stuff. But I guess it's like, you go home and I guess you expect just to be vulnerable, I guess.
not
You
when
know,
you are a
yeah,
parent.
now when you have two kids.
Man.
Um, yeah,
That's
so
not
that was
good.
one thing I thought. I was like, dude, just think of it not being on.
And
like,
it's
like
off.
yeah. So I mean you could take off part of it to eat and one part. I don't know. I just thought it was kind of like funny, but I get why they did it, but
Yeah,
yeah.
he's very much. They emphasize that he's very very much new to this.
Yeah. Yeah. But also like in the beginning, he kind of talked about how it felt right. Like he was like, "Oh, this
Mhm,
is kind of what I'm supposed to be doing. Like this feels natural." So I'm like, "That's kind of cool." I
mhm.
forgot what it said exactly, but yeah.
What do you
Um,
guys think of Kingpin?
Looking forward to seeing more of him.
mm,
Um, I like that they're emphasizing. I know we usually talk about Spider-Man in the context of the movies, but I really do just being a being a born and bred Spider-Man fan. I think Spider-Man's very much at his best when he's street level.
mhm,
I like that they're establishing Kingpin because he very much is like one of the more prominent street level Spider-Man villains, or one of the more prominent street level Marvel villains. Period. So I'm looking forward to the build up with him. um, I like how he's kind of being treated as kind of like a background threat. It makes me feel like they're going to do progressively more with him. I think they're setting up like what a force to be reckoned with he is.
mhm.
And I'm just kind of looking forward to seeing where they go with further issues with
Yeah.
him.
Yeah,
They're doing good with making me want more.
Yeah. Yeah. Because like you assume he's the bad guy, right? I mean, he just looks bad. He's surrounded by guys
Sinister.
that look bad,
Yeah.
Mhm,
and stuff. Um, you know, so yeah, he just look like here, like right here, just sitting there, and that's just like, oh, that's a bad dude, you know.
mhm.
So yeah, but I
Yeah.
want more. I want to know why is he getting attacked? Like what's going on?
Yeah.
What's the big deal? Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah,
I think I like when comics like um, leave you wanting more, but show you just enough to let me rephrase that. They don't blow their entire stash in one issue, but they show just enough to kind of leave you wanting more. It's kind of like a slow burn element with Kingpin.
hmm
Um, Heck, I'm kind of looking forward to seeing where they go with some of the other villains they've introduced. You know, there's a Green Goblin in this
That's what I was
universe.
going to
There's
ask you. So, but
mhm.
that in that same vein, Kenny said, "Do we
Mhm.
think Green Goblin will be a good guy? What do you guys think?"
That's
Didn't
a
they
good
say
question.
he
I
was
think
trying to assassinate Fisk?
multiple times.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
So
But
Or an anti-hero. Sorry.
mm,
I think
it
he's an
could it could
anti-hero.
it could be an anti-hero, Kenny. I could kind of see them going that route because we did get a heroic Green Goblin separately in the Gold Goblin comics that they've been doing.
mm,
I don't think they do a complete copy of that. So I kind of see them kind of walking the line. You know, and that kind of goes hand in hand with what we'll see from Norman Osborn.
mm.
Norman Osborn and pretty much all incarnations of Spider-Man. Norman Osborn is a dick.
Well, this one's Harry, right?
Yeah,
Say what?
Yeah,
it's
this
Harry.
one's Harry because
Oh, this
Norman's
one's
dead.
Harry.
Yeah,
Yeah,
because
Oh,
Norman's dead.
wait, no, you're absolutely right. I'm sorry.
He's
So
dead.
yeah.
Yeah.
let's see if he'll be as big a dick as Daddy. um, but yeah. I think he'll be. I think Harry will be more of an anti-hero. You know.
It
Yeah.
makes sense. So the best villain in the Black Panther one, right? Killmonger,
Hmm.
which his personal villain, is an anti-hero. Green
Hmm.
Goblin is pretty much is the best Spider-Man villain personal because they have personal relationship. And with that being said, Green Goblin being an anti-hero just like that will mirror
Hmm.
Ultimate Black Panther. So I think that makes sense. And since they're writing these the same time, I think that makes sense
Hmm.
that Rickman would do that.
Yeah, I'm cool with that. But also, I wouldn't mind just him being a bad guy and is just going after another bad guy because he's like on his turf or screwed him over or something like that. Like I'll be
I
cool
could
with
see
that
that
too.
happening.
You know, I'll be cool with
I
that
could
too.
see that happening.
But I think the anti-hero and then somehow Peter and Harry become friends because that's kind of what happens. You know, somehow, you know, yeah, yeah. But Green Goblin, I'm really kind of interested in because he's only going after Fisk, like from what
Mhm.
Hmm.
we understand. Like he's not doing anything else. So obviously there's some kind of vendetta, revenge, possibly, business thing going on. So yeah, I'm kind of curious with him, you know. But like I say, so speaking of the other bad guy in this one, we got Shocker. How'd you like Shocker? Because it was very interesting to see him and the not Spider-Man yet like interact. I thought that was like pretty cool.
So as far as Shocker goes, before I answer that, first and foremost, before I answer that, I have a question. Where's Peter's spider sense?
That's a good question. Yeah.
Or I'm willing to kind of excuse it by saying he's still kind of learning the ropes and getting the hang of this, so maybe he's not like mastered his spider sense just yet. But it seemed like it didn't even exist.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like the spider sense has one job. It warns Peter of danger. It starts like literally screaming at him more or less if there's pending danger. So I'm like, first of all, Peter, what are you doing? Don't fall for this. It's clearly a ruse.
Yeah.
Second,
Yeah.
his spider sense would have just been going at full blast, I think.
Yeah.
I think he might have felt it, but he doesn't know what it is yet. So, because this is
Hmm.
another question that he said, so Peter knows he's supposed to be Spider-Man, but does he know what his history was supposed to be? So he doesn't know that he's supposed to have spider sense. He doesn't know that
Hmm.
he was supposed to be doing all these things. Doesn't know all these
Hmm.
villains. He just
Hmm.
doesn't know. So
Yeah.
us on the outside know he doesn't. So
Mhm,
I think that he's going to discover his ancillary powers as he goes along.
mhm,
Hmm.
mhm. And also, it also brings up as like, does he even have it? Because he was given a spider,
Hmm.
by Tony Stark, who is not alive anymore. in this universe.
No.
We don't know,
So yeah, we don't know. That's why
which
question
I
as of right
think
now.
he is, and I think that
Yeah,
he's going to show back up.
yeah. Oh, for sure, for sure. But as of right now, he's quote unquote dead. I mean, was this an artificially made spider? Or did he go to another universe? Like, we don't know. So maybe he's missing powers. I wouldn't be surprised if he has different powers than the 616 Spider-Man,
Mhm.
like missing
That's a
and
good
have, like,
question, actually. Yeah.
but yeah, I'm kind of
Is
curious
he
with that one too.
did Tony go into the jungle in
Mhm.
Ecuador and find
And find the
find the
Find
spider
a tribe of
was he
spiders.
was he
tribe?
was he researching spiders in the Amazon with
Yeah,
with
Exactly,
uh
exactly.
with Peter's father right before he died?
yeah. Jeez,
Oh man,
tie it all together. Yeah, but yeah, I mean, stuff like that is like good questions where it's like what like and what like Kenny says, like he knows he was supposed to be a hero. He was supposed to be this man with like spider-ish powers,
Mhm.
but that's it, man. That's it. So it's kind of interesting to watch him like do it. I like that he's still kind of witty like Spider-Man.
mm,
It's
Mhm.
just funny because now he's like old. So are we gonna get like dad
that
jokes? Yeah, stuff like
Yeah,
that.
you
That's what
know,
I'm looking for.
he's that, it's kind of that everyman type humor, like, you know, older everyman type humor.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
Mm-hmm.
dad jokes. Yeah,
mm, dad jokes.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. So
I like it. I like this take on.
Peter.
I like where they're going with on yeah, the take on Pete. Like I said, the first issue really threw me for a loop because I was like, where the heck are they going with this? What's going on?
yeah.
Um, mhm. And I like how they, for all intents and purposes, I think you can kind of call it a twist at the end of issue one
Mm-hmm.
that they went for. I
Well,
really appreciated that. Um,
there's just one
it's
panel
it.
here that made me laugh because of
Mhm,
like it was so cartoony. Like
mhm.
like so this is Shocker, and like he's like, "Oh, I'm gonna get away by shooting the laser beam between my legs." Like it's very cartoony, and it just
Mhm.
I don't know, it just made me laugh. I don't know why it was just it looked like something I would watch on like Looney Tunes or something.
Yeah, Looney Tunes,
Yeah,
Robot Chicken or something.
yeah, yeah. But
And then this issue ends with the note from
yeah, with the note.
Bay.
Yeah,
You know, and I like that final line, the callback to One More Day. I like that.
yeah, yeah.
Mhm,
Because at the end he's like, maybe I'm not cut out for this after all.
mhm,
And then he sees the letter from his daughter and is like, yeah, I'll give it one more day.
And the fact that she's
mhm.
encouraging him to do it, I thought that was pretty awesome.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
so, that's where he gets his inspiration for the classic red and blue suit. I wonder if he's going to still use the nanotech or if he's going to make his own traditional suit. You know,
That's a good question, but I mean, the nanotech should be able to change color.
the
But
nanotech should be able to change color. Yeah,
I think I really love the fact that you're able to see him. Bay still be his the thing that encourages him.
Yeah.
mhm.
Bay is still this way, even though Aunt May's dead. Bay is still the one encouraging him to become Spider-Man.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Kind of makes you wonder if with there being no May in this universe, or May being dead, if Uncle Ben's going to live through the entire thing, or if he's going to be a goner.
Oh,
You know,
that's a good question. I feel like he's gonna have to lose somebody
yeah,
because that's just what Spider-Man does.
that
But
just yeah,
I don't know. I feel like if he loses anybody, like it better not be one of the kids because you,
Mhm.
you just don't kill kids. Just don't do it.
yeah.
Like,
Unless
yeah,
unless you're Stephen King, who gets like a sick pleasure over that sort of bullshit.
he likes that stuff. Yeah, I mean
Mhm.
you don't kill Mary Jane because I mean, do you kill Mary Jane? Then becomes
Nah,
a
because
single father.
single father, that's too much.
But I mean that's what might make him,
No, he'll
have
give
that
up.
bigger
He'll
hardship.
just
Yeah,
he'll give
yeah,
up. He'll say,
yeah,
"No, my kids matter too much."
yeah, yeah. So I don't know. I don't know if you can kill somebody in in this story so far. But
Mhm.
Did
Yeah.
she kill Jameson,
could
or
kill
is
JJ.
it, or is it just one of those events that happen that Uncle Ben has to die no matter what? Who else died around him?
Yeah,
Mhm.
And
he's
that's
the
the
only
point
one.
of this
Canon
episode
event.
that pushes
Yeah,
him into being Spider-Man for real.
yeah,
Mhm.
yeah. Well, that may be the reason, like, he Fisk somehow kills Uncle Ben, and Peter's like kind of sought out for revenge or something like that. Yeah, we're all digging it. We're all liking it. The second issue came out earlier this week, so we're gonna try to stay on top of it as they
Mhm.
release. So no more like months in between. Well, I would say months issues because it is a month in between. But
Yeah.
cool. We want to hear from you guys. Leave a comment down below. Let us know what you think about the Ultimate Spider-Man so far. Are you liking it? If you're not liking it, any theories, any stuff that you think might happen, leave a comment. Let us know. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button too. We appreciate it a lot. And if you like some of these comic book reviews, let us know, and let us know some comics you want us to talk about too. So, obviously we all love comics over here. So thank you guys. And if you're in the live chat, stick around because we're gonna move on to our next topic for the night.